Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my Premier League Matchday 4 prediction video. We're staying consistent, you know how it is. We'll continue this series going, we're going to do it all season and we'll do a little tally on how many points I get. At the end of the season, I'll compare the league table, compare my league table of what these predictions would represent. But yeah, last week was my worst week yet. Fixtures were extremely difficult, to be fair. There's some great matchups. Some matches were like the Newcastle-Liverpool game where Darwin just came on and scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes when they had 10 men, like things you just wouldn't predict to happen. And at the beginning of these videos, I keep saying I'm going to aim for like 25, 30 points. So I'm not going to jinx it this week. We're not going to set a target. We're just going to see how we do. And let's just get started. So first game of this game week, we've got Luton v West Ham tonight. I think it's a bit odd that they're doing it tonight. It's transfer deadline day. David Moyes has said that it's a bit, he doesn't like it. I don't like it either. I find it weird that teams that could lose their players midway through the match are playing. It's a bit odd, but it's still exciting. I can't wait to see Luton in action at the Kenilworth Road. Luton will be at home. It's the first time this season because the stadium was undergoing maintenance against Burnley. But they're playing a very good West Ham. And although we are indeed yet to see Luton at home, I think West Ham are too tough for them. So I've gone for a 3-1 West Ham win. They were so clinical against Brighton and Chelsea, West Ham. And Luton got smashed by Brighton and Chelsea. So, I mean, logically, you'd go for a West Ham win, but you never know in the Premier League, of course. I want to be proved wrong. I want Luton to do well because they're just like, they're going to be everyone's little favourite team this year because of the rise they've had in English football. But of what I've seen so far from Luton, I can only see a West Ham win, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 West Ham win to kick this game week off. And then jumping straight into the Saturday games. Sheffield United v Everton. This is going to be probably one of the deadest matches of the season. I think Sheffield were pretty decent against Man City. They held their own. They only lost by 1 right at the end, which is very good for Sheffield United against Man City, who are just amazing. And Everton have been diabolical all season. They nearly lost to Doncaster in the cup midweek. So I'm going to go, yes, I know, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Sheffield United win. I've actually predicted Sheffield United to win a football match. Everton just haven't scored any goals. They look terrible. Hopefully that new signing they've made, Beto, I think that's how you say his name. But yeah, I think Sheffield United will pick up their first points this season. I mean, one team is going to pick up points this game, no matter what, because they've both lost 3 out of 3. So, but I'm backing Sheffield United. They're at home. They look decent against City at home. So they'll continue and win 1-0 in this match. Then Chelsea v Forest. This one's going to be an interesting match. Forest were nearly took points off United at Old Trafford, which like no teams have done in the past year. And Chelsea looked great against Luton. Obviously, it is only Luton. Obviously, we can say that. But Jackson looked great up front. Sterling looked back to his best. The fullbacks were overlapping, creating loads of chances. Enzo and Caicedo were controlling that midfield. Lavia's going to come in this week, so Gallagher can come out and Enzo can go further forward. So I can only see one winner, and I've gone for a Chelsea 2-0 win. No disrespect to Forest whatsoever. They're a good team. Awonwuni, the striker, I do apologise for butchering that. I butcher it every week. I don't know how to say his name. But if anyone's going to score, he'll score here. But I think Chelsea will build on that win against Luton and start to pick up loads of wins, pick up more points and challenge for the top 4, which will ultimately what their goal will be. But yeah, I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Forest 0. Then Man City v Fulham. I've got a feeling Haaland's going to score a hat-trick here. Man City will destroy Fulham. I know Fulham looked great against Arsenal and they did knock out Spurs midweek in the Cup. But it's Man City. They're just too good. They're a level ahead of everyone in the league. Like, they're a level ahead of Arsenal. So, only one winner here. So I've gone for a 4-0 Man City win. 4 goals in total. Hopefully I get it right. It could be 5, it could be 3, it could only be 2. I don't see them conceding. You never know, of course. Fulham might shock me again like they did last week. I said there's no chance of them winning last week against Arsenal. They didn't win, but they drew. So they could prove to shock me again. But I'm going for a Man City 4-0 win. And then moving on, we got Burnley v Spurs. Okay, yeah, I haven't backed Spurs to win a match at all this year, but I'm going to back them to win. I like Postecoglou. I think they've looked good. Maybe the fact they had an early exit at Carabao Cup midweek might change them a little bit, but I don't think it will have too much of an impact. Spurs will continue their great start. I do worry for Burnley though, because if they lose this, that's 4 losses out of 4, and everyone's predicting them to do really well this year. So ultimately, they have loads of time to win some more games, but I do worry for them. So I'm going for a 2-0 Spurs win, same as the Bournemouth game. I reckon they'll just be too dominant. I reckon Maddison will pick up another goal. Yeah. Then we got Brentford v Bournemouth. This one's an interesting one because I predicted Brentford to win last week and they drew. They haven't lost yet, Brentford, this season. They've got 1 win and 2 draws. I don't think Bournemouth have won yet. So I'm going to go for a Brentford win purely just because they're at home. I reckon a draw might be a fair result as well. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brentford win. I think just being at home will be the defining factor. I hope Mbeumo picks up another goal from the FPL. But now I've put him in my team, he probably won't because I don't know why. Everyone I put in my FPL team decides to just do bad as soon as I put them in. So I'm not going to say who I put in this week. I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, I'm going to go Brentford 2, Bournemouth 1. Close game, but Brentford will come out on top. And then we've got the blockbuster Saturday game, Brighton v Newcastle. Massive game for both teams. Brighton just lost 3-1 at home to West Ham, where they dominated and they couldn't score goals. Newcastle, well, have just lost to City, have just lost to Liverpool. They've been put in a horrific Champions League group. The group of death. I think it's PSG, Dortmund, AC Milan and Newcastle. This is going to be an entertaining game. Both teams need to win because, well, they're off the back of losses and they don't want to continue losing, especially Newcastle when they've lost 2 in a row. Last year Newcastle smashed them at St James's Park towards the end of the year, and it finished 0-0 in this fixture. So I'm going to go for a draw again, but I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I reckon it'll be highly entertaining. Neither team will win, but it'll be a great draw, a great match to watch as a neutral, and a heart attack to watch for supporters of the clubs. But yeah, I'm going to go for 2-2 Brighton and Newcastle. Then we go into Sunday's games. Liverpool v Aston Villa. I think this will be an interesting matchup. 2 great teams. Liverpool off the back of an amazing win against Newcastle. Darwin Núñez masterclass, and Villa after that Newcastle win have looked great. Second best team in the league in 2023 in terms of points won. So 2 very good teams, but due to the fact I didn't back Liverpool last week, I'm going to back them this week. It's only fair. So I reckon they'll win 2-1. They're at Anfield. They're going to make it a fortress again this year. It will be a 2-1 win for Liverpool. Then Crystal Palace v Wolves. I think this game will be relatively dead. Little to none. No opportunities for either team. I just don't think either team are clinical enough. But I do think Palace will nick a winner. It'll be a 1-0 Palace win. They'll pick up another 3 points, making it 7 points out of 12, which is a great start for Hodgson. But yeah, ultimately, I don't think anyone's going to really tune into this match when it's the same time as Liverpool v Villa, because it's going to be a bit of a boring one. I hope not. I hope it's high scoring, but Wolves don't score goals. Crystal Palace haven't really scored too many goals as well. I think they've scored 3 so far this year, and they've not scored more than 1 in a game, so I can't see either team scoring more than 1 in a game. So yeah, Crystal Palace 1, Wolves 0. Then the final match of the game week, the biggest match. This was one of the greatest fixtures last season. Arsenal v Man United at the Emirates. It had everything last year. Rashford scored a banger. Arsenal fought back. Saka scored a banger. Then out of nowhere, Martinez scored a header from a corner. And then Arsenal unfortunately scored the last minute winner. And back when Nketiah was in the room, as everyone was saying. And that was really when Arsenal were cementing. I thought they were going to win the league after this point. I generally thought they would. I was watching them and they were like, they have everything. And then obviously it all fell apart. It was like prime Arsenal Man United days. It was beautiful to watch, especially as a neutral. It would have been amazing. I had a heart attack watching it. It was such a good game. But in terms of this match, I have 2 possible outcomes. Obviously, I'm only going to go for 1. I think Arsenal need to change their team, put Partey back in midfield, White at right back, Gabriel back at centre back, same defence as last year, and then a stronger midfield. I don't know what Havertz is doing, still playing. Get him out, he's terrible. If Havertz continues to play, I think it'll be a draw. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 Arsenal win. Unfortunately, I just can't see Man United winning. The away form's abysmal. Obviously, this is the perfect time to turn it around. But I just can't see Man United winning this game. So I'm going to go for an Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1 game. And, I mean, if Havertz plays it, I might go 1-1. But we'll stay 2-1 because I think Arteta will learn from his mistakes. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Those are my predictions this week. I don't know whether these are good predictions. I think they're a bit iffy, some of them. But we'll see how they do. Let's hope we can do a bit better than last week because we did terrible last week. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you tune into my Man United v Arsenal preview on Sunday morning. And yeah, thanks for watching.